Do you so make a solemn affirmation that you will present the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Resting their hands on the Guild Pact, which in those days was so simple that it could be contained in a book rather than a fool, the jester smiled. I do. They then proceeded to speak for 13 days uninterrupted, protected and sustained by the holy magics of the court, opening with, in the beginning we don't know what happened. In fact, we are defined by our inability to ever know what happened because of the event horizon of the Guild Pact, interrupting themselves with a 16-hour aside into theory. It can thus be demonstrated by this broadly accepted model that, though we must be careful not to mistake the model for the modeled, far from being antonyms, entropy and information are in fact synonymous. Therefore, as a city is a closed system and the entropy of any closed system necessarily increases, by definition, the city grows in complexity. Continuing with, the order imposed by the Senate is in fact simple homogeneity, demanding that the city, which is the logos of the Guild Pact and therefore natural, obey a simple model is unsustainable and therefore doomed, and more importantly, incorrect. They then concluded by saying, the city, or as some call it, the universe, can only become more complex. Any law that has been drafted before the event it seeks to regulate is logically incomplete. The city therefore trends towards heat and darkness. But by this point the entire court had been dead of starvation for several days. Zeroth Principles, Act 1, Scene 5. Welcome to the concluding session of Under Torchlight, a D&D Ravnica adventure. I'm Cameron, your DM, and joining me tonight are...
Hi, I'm Erica. I'll be playing Anna, the human bard. We just leveled up to level 2.
Yeah, why don't we go through piece by piece, or character by character, what has changed?
Yeah, for sure. So I got 2 new abilities. I got Jack of all trades, which adds half of my proficiency bonus to everything that doesn't get it. And then I also got Song of Rest, which I'm sure will come in handy at some point. And I got a new spell, which is Speak with Animals.
Yes. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Serge. I'm playing Sebastian, who's just a happy warlock human who's got some anger management issues that we may have discovered. I may or may not be in danger. I'm going to be learning more and more about that. But I hit level 2, ding. As a warlock, I got to do some exciting stuff, most of which is contained within my Eldritch invocations. One of which was I could just speak to animals if I'd known that was relevant. I wouldn't even have to cast a spell.
Still good.
But
I
didn't take that. Instead, I took Agonizing Blast because warlocks are a beautiful, well-rounded character that just casts Eldritch Blast over and over. Yeah, Agonizing Blast, which buffs my Eldritch Blast. And then I took Beguiling Influence, which gives me proficiency bonuses to Deception and Persuasion, so I now have proficiency with every single charisma-based skill. Power front of house.
Jesus. What a terrifying person you've crafted, Serge. My name is Danica. I am a level 2 human fighter. My shtick is that I am very, very strong, and I would like you to look at my audition tape. Or I guess audition scroll. But more importantly, I am excellent at punching people. In fact, I am so excellent at punching people, I can now punch somebody twice in one turn, once, and then have to take a short rest before I can do it again. So if somebody is almost dead, I can theatrically make it so they are dead, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Do you have like names for your fists, like Death and Taxes, Meat and Potatoes?
I feel like they're both, it's named after like 2 Ravnican playwrights, right? You know, but very pretentious ones that like somebody who's not super cultured but wants to be cultured thinks is like Nietzsche and Proust, right? But somebody who doesn't really understand the writings thereof. So this is a very specific character detail that I'm going to have to take some time to work out.
I love it.
Death and Taxes is so good for knuckle tattoos.
I think I stole that from Shadowrun. For a long time they were just like, I digress. Sorry.
Hello, I'm Matt, and I am playing Marge Gabbro, a elephant person with meaty elephant fingers. I am a level 2 rogue, and with level 2 in roguery, I get Cunning Actions, which is a bonus action per combat round, which includes dashing, which gives me basically another dose of movement. Or disengage, which avoids opportunity attacks. Or hide, which I hide. It's kind of, whenever Marge is around her mom, she just wants to hide. Because her mom's probably waving her finger at Marge.
I just love the idea.
I notice you're really hung up on the elephant fingers. Don't worry, every individual Loxodon finger ends in a Loxodon foot. Right? They don't have...
Really?
Sure.
Well, they don't have fingertips?
It's just like, you know,
Little
the...
hoofs.
Yeah.
They're
the
not
flat,
rounded.
Yeah.
They're flat. They're very flat
Let's say
fingers.
that.
That's not better.
That's canon now.
That's
Yeah,
worse.
now we're just making that canon.
I just love the idea of a Loxodon rogue, though. You're so large.
But I'm very quiet.
You're hiding behind a tree, just like ignore the
the
ignore the elephant in the room.
I like the idea that you are so good compared to the rest of us, and you are so bad for a Loxodon. I do not wish to meet your character's family.
It's just a
They're
bunch of
really
people.
stuck up, though.
Oh no!
There's a bunch of combatants in a guild, and they're like, "So we're just going to ignore the elephant in the room?" Like, yes, and it stabs you.
Well, I mean, maybe you just stand there, like in the middle of a combat. You're the one guy in a martial arts movie who just stands with his arms crossed
Yeah.
while everyone else battles around them.
I'm a non-target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you cut away to Homer Simpson being like, "Oh, this is going to be awesome," and then Homer has to leave before you get to do your thing. But you do hear a "Ah-ya" through the walls.
He's like, "Oh."
It works as a rogue because you're just like standing there, and suddenly you punch somebody for 1,000 damage and they die.
Yeah.
And then somehow manage to hide after just decapitating someone. Is sort of my experience playing a rogue.
Well, with Cameron's new house rule with Loxodon fingers, every punch is like 5 kicks. Or sorry, 4.
Yeah, yeah. Let's say 3. Let's say
Right.
Loxodons, for absolutely no reason, only
Oh.
have 3 fingers.
You're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You've got this thing going on.
Or you could be like in Total Recall,
Wait.
start the reactor.
2 weeks.
Great, I love it. I love what we're developing in this whole sphere.
Hey, I'm just trying to work with my players here. And
Yeah.
They seem to be bothering you.
Anyway, what happened last time?
Well, what happened last time is that you encountered Era, the vampire, who wanted something you had, and in order to do that, she took it from you. Mind taken. Specifically, from Sebastian.
In danger.
And though you don't know this yet, you will be rescued by the end of the session.
Oh, good.
But you are holding Kevin, being confronted by Era, surrounded by your friends, in the ley line room,
Okay.
when suddenly Era goes, shh, and you fall asleep. It is a deep, dark, dank, doomy sleep, an unnatural sleep.
Okay.
Because you're in the midst of a stressful event. There are things happening around you. There's a tense negotiation happening, and then you are suddenly asleep, in kind of the same way as a fainting goat. But you're still running through with all this adrenaline. So you dream, and you dream vividly. And at first, you don't even really seem to realize you're asleep, because what happens is, your inner ear is still active, right? You're a thinking creature. You were born a thinking creature. And so you feel yourself being lifted into the air and slung over somebody's shoulder and dreaming of the world as visible being carried over someone's shoulder. So the world is upside down and retreating from you. And behind you or in front of you, depending on your perspective, the world retreats into darkness. Because, you're in the basement and it's nighttime. And so there's only a little bit of light. And this all makes perfect sense to you.
Yeah, dream logic.
But, by dream logic casting, the person who's captured you is, for tonight, being played by your mother, let's say. Or maybe by the person who inducted you into the cult. Or maybe in your dream state, you don't know who those people are anymore. Point being, you have a real rough couple of hours. And interspersed with this strange dreamscape, you see from the perspective of Kevin, your pet ornithopter, your pet drone or ornithopter,
Ornithopter.
whose perspective is fish-eyed and oddly stable. I don't know if you've ever seen the video of somebody holding a chicken and moving it around. But their head remains perfectly like
Sure.
avian steadicams.
Okay.
And the ornithopter, being based on a bird, hence the name, has a very similar mechanism, let's say. I've decided.
Perfect.
I just made that up now because I'm DM.
Nice.
And, you know, it's a dream, so you can kind of have a limited agency within it. Are you, let's say it's a lucid dream.
Oh. And I'm exploring the world as Kevin. Cool. Well, first off, I look around. Where am I?
You are currently being held by a very large woman. Although it may just be a sense of perspective, because Kevin is basically the size of a submarine sandwich.
Sure. Do I and I know this is Era.
Yes.
She tips so well. It's a shame she's evil. Am I free to fly or am I also bound?
Your wings work, although you seem to be held in a tight grip, and your face is currently being scrubbed by a cuff.
Ooh, all right. I will look for any sort of symbols to see what's going on. I mean, Era wasn't evil before. Maybe, is there a guild marking? Something I may not have noticed before that I can see while she's doing that?
Give me a... Are you okay?
I'm fine. It'll pass.
The screen jumped. Give me a spot roll or perception roll.
8.
You are in a dark room.
All right.
There are exits to the north, east, south, and...
All right. I try and struggle out, seeing as how that's not working. It's like, bzzz, bzzz.
She wags her finger at you.
That's intimidating. Well, let's go along with the ride here. Strong woman has both of my bodies right now. That makes sense in my dream logic.
She turns you to face away from her.
Okay.
And you are suddenly... your Kevin self is laid upon the ground. And you hear off in the distance a sound that you find hard to describe, but your vision grays and then fades out.
Okay.
Sometime later, your Kevin self comes back to you.
Ah.
And this time it feels fainter, like you no longer have perfect control over Kevin, like you are a passenger in this body.
The first thing that comes to my mind is when you look at your own hands, you're like, I'm super aware that I have hands now.
I was going to say it's like the descriptions I've read of people who have been K-holed.
Okay. Interesting.
Where you no longer exert control over this body,
Sure.
but you are aware of what it is sensing.
Okay. Sure.
And suddenly you are aware that you are ensconced in a socket and looking out on smooth stonework.
I don't understand.
There are noises all around you.
Okay.
Sounds of industry or manufacture or the tinking of metal on metal.
Okay.
And the sound of many wings beating.
Kevin?
And from beneath you, several Kevins emerge
Oh.
and fly up through your field of vision.
Okay.
And then you yourself emerge from the socket and go through a series of motions and then rise to follow them out into the night sky.
Huh. So now, in my Kevin form, I'm watching Kevin join this pod of other Kevins.
Yes.
Okay. Or ornithopters. They're not all called Kevins. There's Kevin, one amongst many. Okay, interesting.
The Kevin,
Interesting.
the Kevin self. And that is when you wake up.
Huh.
You are surrounded by your fellow shift workers.
I had the wildest dream.
You're also very cold.
Why am I so cold?
You seem to have, like, your neck is sore. There's holes.
Am I? What?
We think you lost a bit of blood. We should get some coffee in you.
Let's get you back upstairs where it's warm.
Like, actually, there wouldn't be holes. Let's assume that vampires have some kind of coagulating agent.
Like a leech.
Yeah.
Huh.
Sure.
That sounds like a good idea.
But wounds. Right?
Yeah, you have
two
you
puncture
have been
wounds.
wounded.
Okay.
Possibly not just here, but in here.
Let's be fair, I don't think I was completely right up there anyways.
And this is more or less where we left off last time. It was the end of the shift. You all had a lot of work to get done. And I believe that you agreed that you fed Sebastian a lot of coffee because there was no juice at hand. So you're low on blood and now flush with caffeine.
Okay. Yeah.
we have extra sausage if you want any of that.
Yeah.
You should also eat this muffin.
Okay.
Great, we moved
It's a
some
crunch
stock.
berry. Yeah, there you go.
It is grup nut.
It's delicious.
Ah.
Just like shaking. Can you make this into smaller pieces?
Yes. Sort of like smack at it with a knife.
Thank you.
So, yes, as of last session, you now were in the possession of Chitters, the small broken drone, I believe. No, you negotiated with Chitters, didn't you?
Well, yeah. Well, first I took the broken drone back. Or did it fly? Construct?
No, it walked.
It walked. So the broken Chitters is like in my locker. But then we have another Chitters. Because I named them both Chitters. And this one walks and hisses at us.
Yeah, it seems to have some kind of mechanism for making noise.
Excellent. I like it. And could I have found maybe like a bit of rope or the strap of an apron or something like that that I could have fashioned into a primitive leash around it?
Yep,
You
definitely.
know, not the kind of thing you'd put on a real animal, but you can't choke a construct. So, you know, it's on there pretty tight.
Yeah,
What a quote. Can't choke a construct.
Yeah, well, they have like vents or something, right?
yeah, you can definitely find some place where to tie a string.
Yeah,
Onto
and
Chitters.
safely.
Yes,
right?
humanely.
But firmly.
It doesn't need to aspirate.
I'd put it around the neck because I feel like that's where you put a leash on an animal, right? It's just controlling the head.
2 questions.
Yeah.
Where's Kevin?
The nice vampire lady took him.
That was my second question. Where's the nice vampire lady?
She took Kevin and then you.
Yeah, she
And my blood.
She knocked us all out, and when we woke up, you were gone.
Well, mainly knocked me out. And then I got kicked a couple times.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was also asleep. I woke up and she was gone. Like, she apparently the Azorius are doing bad things, and she was very nice, and she explained that it was to, fight the power and fight the man. And I thought, you know what? That sounds like something I want to do. Let's just do that.
I don't want to make it sound like I'm vindictive because I'm actually very vindictive. But
Yeah.
can we track her down? For no reason
I
whatsoever.
mean, she also put
Revenge.
us all to sleep. So at the same time, I wasn't really feeling super confident about saying no to her.
Yeah. We gave her Kevin so that she remained a nice lady.
Yeah, but like if you were really feeling strongly about tracking her down, like I feel like maybe we didn't do you so much of a solid. You don't look so hot.
I'll acknowledge I'm not in the best mental state right now, but I thought I'd throw that out there.
All right, so is this like a slow revenge, or is this like a dramatic revenge you have in mind?
Oh, dramatic.
Theatrical?
Spectacular.
We are going to
I
get
need
along
to eat
so
something.
well. The crunchberry muffin, the cruncher.
The cruncher. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like crunch berries are something that actually do exist. You gather them off crunches.
Hopefully Sebastian feels better once he gets some food in him.
Can I try to cheer him up by showing him chitters?
Sure.
Describe chitters.
Chitters has a small spherical body with 4 limbs and kind of the same polished black dome face.
It's like a little head that comes off.
It makes
too.
me
Yeah.
miss Kevin.
And I'd like to think he has 2 antennas or some sort of transmitting device that resemble ears. So despite being a faceless metal drone, he's got a lot of personality.
Have you
Chitters
also,
can emote.
have you also made a soul connection with chitters like I made with Kevin?
I hold him up and he hisses dramatically. Yeah! I put chitters too.
So, if anyone else has any business they need to get done before your shift ends, then
I'm
We'll just-
furiously baking.
yeah, I imagine that you're baking like magically furiously.
As I'm baking as fast as I can. As fast as baking ever goes.
Is
All
there,
right.
Is there anything I could do to assist you in any way? Because do you need...
How are you with a knife?
I mean, like, I have a very strong strength stat. I feel like I would want to go and help. So,
Well, here's a knife.
okay,
Here's a basket of tomatoes.
great. How smashy do you want them?
You've seen a tomato slice before, yes?
Yes.
Try that.
Okay, you're gonna get some julienne tomatoes. It's gonna be like a tomato slaw.
And
Oh boy.
Marge knows the signs of things that she could get in trouble for other people discovering. So she's just like walking the perimeter of this entire store and going, okay, I need to cover that up. Need to cover that up. Need to cover that up. Okay. All of the issues that we had yesterday are now hidden.
Not solved, hidden.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Sebastian is just standing at the till, slowly eating a muffin, looking at the door and smiling.
I feel like you have absolutely been left alone to deal with all customers in this. A terrible time for you to deal with customers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I that teenager working at a till with like a huge hickey on their neck? They're like a little bit pale, but they're standing there and you're just like, wow.
Dude is partying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, people are gonna think you're just high as hell.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have my revenge.
The shift turnover is supposed to happen before the breakfast rush hits.
Okay.
And let's say that is successful today.
How does Winslow feel about how we left the store?
Well, the next shift comes in and they start filtering in around the crack of it's getting towards winter, so you live and work in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They arrive in kind of staggered shifts or 15 minutes apart to take over. You have to explain to Winslow that the shipments didn't arrive yesterday. So, sure. What do we actually have?
We have a basket of julienne tomatoes, is what I heard.
Well, we had all of our flour and stuff. So we've got muffins and biscuits and stuff like that. We got some eggs from the store. So that's good. We've got sausage. And a few other vegetables here and there that we were able to procure.
All right, hot dog on a stick.
Yep.
Yeah. They're really got you.
It's so depressing.
It's just breakfast corn dogs. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
yuck.
Or
You got
like a
all the
sausage
treaty
roll.
sausage you can eat.
Taking a blanket.
Yeah, kind of. But it's what you got. And we can just say that your shift ends there for the day,
Amazing.
and that you have, I don't know whether you go to bed when you finish shifts. This is all up to you guys. But you are not back at work until the next evening. So we can either jump right to that, or we can do personal stuff.
I just sleep.
Okay.
Good. Please do.
I imagine I mumble in my dreams about revenge. Just like, oh, they'll pay. They'll all pay.
You dream again of your Kevin self.
Oh. How was Kevin me?
Now you are multiple Kevin selves,
Ooh.
distributed across the sky, flying in intricate patterns, looking down,
Flying dreams are the best. Where am I flying?
high above the 6th district. Let's say the Basilica Quarter.
Okay. Amazing.
And although you do not control it, your eyes focus on the comings and goings of people, specific people, tracking them as they move through this part of the city.
Cool.
And then you return home, which you know is home because it feels safe and well fed.
Ah. Any
As
idea?
you
Do I know where that is at all?
you know exactly where it is because you watch yourself fly to it, along with all of your other selves, which you also see and are.
We are Kevin.
And it is inside another disused foundry, only you fly down the smokestack, which houses the hive of Kevin.
Ooh. And is that close or far from where the Torchlight is located?
It is directly across the street.
Huh. Torchlight or the Torchlight?
Uh,
Like Torchlight Cafe, the Torchlight Cafe?
have I consistently referred to it one way or the other?
All I know is that there's only one in this area of town.
Torchlight.
Torchlight? Okay. It's like, that's neat.
And then you arrive in the socket that is yours and yours alone.
I'm cozy here.
They're like bats.
And I probably stopped dreaming after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
March wants to contact her parents and ask about the symbol of that pin. Like, do they know anyone in the Azorius?
Is your family here?
I'd say they're a district over. Like, not like 10th district, but like...
Does Ravnica have phones? Like, how does long-distance communication work in sort of the pseudo-technological society that is Ravnica?
It seems to be letter-based or correspondence-based.
yeah.
Yeah, like message spells are pretty short-ranged. You might be able to like send some kind of magical equivalent of a telegram.
No, it is definitely message-based because the Dimir can send the thought
Yeah.
strands, but that is unusual and weird and creepy to most people.
Yeah, that's
And
like a guild secret.
that's a guild
communicating.
secret. And there's all the couriers that deliver messages, information, which are also under the control of the Dimir, of course.
Right.
So, yeah,
Getting messages, you can send a message to ask, but you will not get a reply back for a couple of days.
Okay, that doesn't seem like a relevant span of time in my teenage brain then.
Okay. Tomorrow? I don't have time for that.
Yeah, yeah. Because this seems very urgent to all of us. We were doing some sleuthing yesterday, and by the sounds of it from Ira, it's very present as an issue that we want to resolve.
Before I come into work, I'm going to work on my magic. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm trying to learn a new spell. And I have a plan.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. Anything in particular you want to practice? Or anything you want to do?
I'm using this as the story reason why I now know speak with animals.
Ah.
I killed 4 goblins and now I speak Swahili.
Are you meaning I'm best friends with Marcus?
I'm gonna dump out a box of stuff that my mom mailed me, which is like books and other things, but also some apples, right? And I'll put that to the side, and I'm gonna put Chitters in the box, and I'm gonna be like, sorry, dude, but I need to go to bed, and I'm going to put some heavy stuff on top of the box, and he's gonna go, but hopefully that will keep him in the box until I can wake up.
You know the box art for the card art for claustrophobia?
We're gonna say it's only a cardboard box, so I'm awoken rudely after like 6 or 7 hours by it poking at me.
It eventually clawed its way out.
It clawed its way out, and then maybe it's just sad after that.
Is your doors also closed?
Yeah, and it still can't get out.
Yeah.
My apartment sucks and is small.
Yeah, like what are the cat-like behaviors we could map onto Chitters?
Yeah.
Demanding that you like the cat behavior that I always liked the most was the cat waking us up at 5 a.m. to insist that we turn on the sun.
Wow.
Like standing next to the window going, row, row, row.
Wow. I assume Chitters goes up to the window, watches the drones in the sky, and chitters at it.
Yeah.
If it's like my cat, it'll just wake me up in the middle of the night because it's having a crisis of faith and it just needs some love.
Oh no!
So anyhow, and then it lies on my feet so I can't move and I wake up and I'm like all sore.
Either that or it's doing the thing where it is like panicking because it, like a cat eats a string, only it's the leash behind it. It keeps trying to get away from its leash.
All of the above, yes.
Yeah.
So I have kind of a miserable sleep after it gets out of the box, but I'm still also a degenerate, so I'm still asleep and I just sort of like power through it because I'm a heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
Or I'm not a heavy sleeper, right? I said I was a light sleeper last time, but maybe I'm better around animals, so I'm just like whatever. I'm tired.
At least
And
you can't puke.
yes, that's true. But like when I get up, all my stuff is like lightly scratched, probably, and it was all bad anyhow. But I'm like Chitters.
Yeah.
But I take it to work and I like stuff them in my coat.
All right. So you all arrive for your next shift at Torchlight Cafe. And when you arrive, what was her name? The evening manager.
Did I write that down?
Boop-be-doo.
That's the one I didn't write down.
Marie
Marie.
is currently engaged in an argument with some kind of government official who is holding a clipboard.
Oh, clipboards make the things happen.
Uh-oh.
And it is a very officious-looking Vidalcan wearing, like, an extremely fussy-looking Azorius robe.
Is it that same Vidalcan?
No, different Vidalcan, different department.
Interesting.
Not Gregory. Or
Yeah.
Gregory, rather.
And she is saying, I'm sorry, but I have no control over the situation. I was woken up here in order to come in to do this surprise inspection, and it is clear that you have rats and cannot remain open. I'm sorry, but I will have to close you down for 24 hours until you can contain this rat problem. It is simply not sanitary. And Maria's like, you can't do this to us. This is the core of the argument. And customers are like, lifting the lids off their drinks and looking inside, poking suspiciously at the crunch berries on their food.
Yeah, Sebastian under his breath is like, God, customers are stupid. You wouldn't see the rat poo? Idiots.
If anything, it would be rat urine on everything.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
like, you drink out of soda cans in warehouses that are covered in rats, and yet you worry about a latte? Fools. Or sorry, pathetic marks. Anyways, he walks in with a smile. Just like, so does that mean we're closed for the night?
Marie looks like she's having the worst day of her life. And she speaks with you.
Hello, Marie.
Hi, this is... I'm sorry, what was your name again? It is not important.
Weird name. Hello. Can we help you?
Yes, I am here to close you down for 24 hours until the rat infestation can be brought under control.
Well, I wouldn't call it an infestation.
I would. Luckily, your opinion is completely irrelevant.
Sounds about right. Okay.
Now, I'm very sorry that I have to close you down because, well, frankly, I am here on overtime and I was not supposed to do this surprise inspection. But here we all are.
I mean, while you're here, would you like a coffee?
I would like 1 cup of water, please, in a clean glass.
I guess I go do that?
Thank you, Sebastian.
Of course, anytime. Any other specifiers, large, medium, to go?
To go, please. Now, I can recommend to you any number of exterminators that may have some luck dealing with an infestation of this scale. However, it is important that you keep the vermin out of your food storage areas, and that may require refitting of any number of your food storage areas, and kitchen areas, and serving areas, and bathroom areas.
Oh, good. Every area. I'll make sure to check every one.
Can we get some more information on what is happening? Like, which rats? What?
There are a large number of, she looks at her clipboard, small-sized vermin that are endemic to this area.
Can I make as a charismatic person, can I make like a are you lying to me roll?
Ooh, empathy.
Ooh, yeah, you can make an insight roll.
Okay. Can I use my charisma instead of my wisdom? We'll say?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. I still rolled so badly. Well, that's 11.
She's not lying, really. There are awfully big rats here that do just come into the kitchen. That's not untrue.
Yeah.
But it still strikes you as a load of bull.
Okay. Yeah.
Why did you get called in for the inspection?
I have no idea. I can only presume that 1 or more complaints were lodged, possibly by customers who saw rats.
Which of our customers went into our back rooms?
Oh my gosh. All right. I'm just going to say, cool, thank you. I guess we're closing. Goodbye.
Thank you for your cooperation in this matter. She
Like
looks
we
at the
had
glass
a choice.
and picks out a drop of dust. If you have any further questions, the Azorius Food Safety Office will be opening on Monday at 9 a.m.
Yes, thank you. I'm aware. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Slam. Clangala, clangala, clangala,
Thank
clangala.
you for your cooperation.
Are we still getting paid?
Oh, that's a question.
I hope it's yes, because I'm here.
Yeah. And I look to literally just wrote
Mary,
it down.
Marie.
Marie. I guess.
Hey!
Hey.
Oh, this is bad.
There are tasks we can do. Most of what I do is prep work anyways.
Oh, you're so
Also, I want to know how they found out about Marcus.
Alternately, hold on. Wait, group huddle here, group huddle.
Okay, yeah.
And if Marie
We're all at
comes
the
in,
front
I'm going to be
door.
like, but not you. And I'm going to be like, or alternately, you heard the lady, we're going to get paid for the night, and we have a vendetta to settle. Wasn't,
Oh, I can have my revenge. I had the weirdest dream,
think of
too.
it as like a free day.
Yeah. It's very pure of you to want to work when you get paid to not work.
Yeah, let's get
But
paid not to
here's-
work.
Yeah, we can just get
Okay.
paid not to work.
Let's get paid to mess around.
What if, so that we can solve this problem and also just mess around as much as we like, we just say Chitters is here to keep the rat problem under control.
I don't think Chitters is going to listen to anything I ask of him.
Oh, that's fine. You don't have to actually solve the rat problem. You just need to make steps towards it. That's usually what the Azorius want.
I'll do my best.
So, I had the weirdest dream last night. So you know Kevin? I miss Kevin.
Are we still in a huddle?
Yeah. Last night I dreamt...
Marie's like put on her coat and left already.
Yeah.
Last night I dreamt that there was like a lot of Kevins.
Well, they were mass-produced, weren't they?
We did see... So, you weren't there.
Are there still customers in here? All right, wait, hold on. Hold that thought. Hold that
Yeah,
thought.
yeah.
Is this free now?
Yes, I'm going to be like, I got this. Yes, it's absolutely free. And then can we say that Chitters is like trying to get out of my coat?
Sure.
All right, so I'm going to keep my coat closed. All right, you heard the people. This place is lousy with rats. Get out. There's rats in my coat. Shoo.
Let's say, yeah, there are several customers in here right now. There are the Selesnya street preachers who are having an animated conversation with what looks like a very smug-looking university student. And they're like, oh,
Well, they never pay for anything anyways.
yeah.
What about the Boros Beat Cops? Are they here?
Currently, they are not here.
Oh, they're going to be pissed when they get here and we're closed.
Well, who cares? There'll be an Azorius sticker on the
That's
door.
our weapon against the Azorius.
Yeah.
We
We
don't
didn't
have to do
close us. They
nothing.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, out. All y'all. Shoo.
Can we use the bathroom
No.
first?
No, rats. You heard the man. Rats. There's rats in the bathroom. Piss in an alley.
Bathroom's full of rats.
Wow, Danica.
All
Well
right.
done. I didn't know you could talk to customers like that.
It's all in the charisma. I have a very... That's a charisma-based skill.
Intimidation?
Just, shoving people out.
Like, I could do that. I just never would. I always pretend I have to smile whenever I talk to people.
It's very efficient. I'm actually... Good
No,
job,
just,
good
you know
job.
what? Just tell people what they need to do and get them out of your face.
I'm just picturing the ding ding as we close the door, lock it, and then flip over the sign for closed. Is Marie still just standing there? Just like,
She left at some
Okay.
point during the
Yeah,
huddle.
okay.
Yeah.
okay, so bring it in, bring it in.
Yeah, okay. Well, we don't even have to huddle anymore. Let's...
So not only am I now aware of the existences of many Kevin, all of whom are me. We are Kevin. But that's another thought. They're close.
Oh.
They're nearby. Era didn't just take my stuff and run. She took my stuff across the street.
Wait a minute. Across the street is where the Azorius foundry, where they're like doing like the troubleshooting thing on these things is. If she so she didn't. So she took Kevin across the street.
Are you sure she took Kevin across the street? Kevin can fly.
Well, okay, maybe there's two thoughts here. One, Kevins are there, and I'll have my revenge. They might not be related, but I imagine they're connected.
I mean,
Wait, that would contradict my own sentence.
but hold on. Era told us she was taking Kevin so she could fight the Azorius. What if she was working for it? Then
Oh,
Out of
wait.
curiosity, where's Chitters right now? Did you
Still in
take...
my coat.
Still in your coat? Okay.
maybe I'll unbutton my coat
Okay.
and let him out. He's still on a leash though.
Okay.
I had the weirdest dream, too, that just reminded me. The Kevins were watching the Orzhov.
All of them?
I don't know, it was a dream. Dream logic, there are people that mattered. So, I don't know what that means. But the Orzhov. So I don't know if the Azorius are against the Orzhov or what was happening, but I was at the Basilica, and it was weird. But then I was home, and that was nice. But they'll pay. I gotta have my revenge.
The Orzhov?
No,
The Azorius.
the vampire.
Era.
How does this look, by the way? Is it better?
Bad.
It's starting to
bruising a
brew.
little,
Yeah.
It's kind of like scabby and itchy, like a big mosquito bite.
Yeah.
Is it turning yellow now?
They'll all pay.
It's a little swollen.
Ooh, I bet it throbs.
It was mainly just itchy.
So we
One
found...
fingernail under it.
Oh no. Oh.
No, I have enough I have enough willpower that I'm just like, nope.
You slap it.
So
Wash your hands.
I'm not serving customers today.
So we have to figure out who we're going to get revenge against.
We start with Era.
Okay, you can
And then
you
the
can fight
Azorius,
you
and
can
then-
fight the vampire. Good luck.
And then anyone who ever talked bad to me would... Sorry.
We know the Azorius have their repair station and apparently Onihopter storage facility
Across the street.
across the street in that other foundry. How are they getting into the foundry?
Smokestacks.
Well, they
Smokestack.
can fly, yes.
That makes so much sense.
It's very efficient.
We can't get in that way though. We can't fly.
I can't.
No.
We could fall, but
Well, you only do that once though. Is the problem.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is how we gave Era, and she said she was taking Kevin to do, stuff with, and now he's back at home doing, like, it sounds like basically it sounds like if he's flying around watching people, that's what Era said they were going to do with it. So why? How do you still know what Kevin's doing?
I don't know.
didn't you mind link?
Can you do that again?
Yeah, can you just
Yes.
find Kevin?
Yes?
You can try.
All right. I'm going to make myself a coffee and have a seat. And then I'm going to try it. So I'm like, all right, hold on.
I'm gonna stress bake.
I'm gonna give.
No one will
Chitters-
eat these muffins. They'll be a day old before anybody sees them. But
Yeah.
I'm going to do it because that's what I do.
I'm gonna give Chitters a writing utensil of some sort tied to one of its claws and a notepad to see if I can get Chitters to write out its feelings while you're doing that.
Yeah, I'll engage in your scientific study on chitters.
Chitters is currently like circling with one claw kind of raised on 3 with Marcus,
Oh,
who is like,
Oh, there's the rat problem.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have a rat problem. We have a rat that comes by so often we have named him.
and like Chitters is like, and
Who's bigger?
Marcus. Marcus is like, Marcus is an absolute unit, just a mad lad.
oh, if that's the case, I'm gonna like run in behind and like pick up Chitters from behind, like the way you would like a chicken, or a bird, and be like, no, you'll get hurt. He's too big for you, sweetie.
What size of vermin did the Azorius person say?
Small.
That's not accurate at all.
Well,
Marcus is
Marcus is
medium small at least.
Oh, at least.
Well, actually, I still think I'm. Do we have a copy of the form she gave us?
Yeah.
All right. Does it seem like these numbers are artificially drummed up to give it an excuse to close?
Well, I mean, there are rats, but you've
Singular.
only ever seen one.
Can March look at it and kind of, with her Azorius eyes, pour over it like, does this seem like a genuine Azorius
I mean, it's probably.
paperwork?
Give me an investigation roll.
A 1 + 6.
This is definitely, yes.
Definitely on paper.
Well, the names are all there,
The
and
ink's blue.
yeah, it
That's the right date.
Yeah.
Is that today? It seems in order. You don't detect anything amiss. Although, if you absolutely had to, it was odd that this happened basically at midnight. You didn't know that Azorius food inspectors did midnight shifts.
She said
I
she
don't
was
think
being-
I don't think she did either.
No, she was real pissed off about being here.
Yeah. It seemed like somebody at the Azorius really wanted this cafe to be closed
Yeah, which seems like
tonight.
garbage.
Uh,
But I'm just like worried about our professional reputation about these rat charges. Cause like, come on, where doesn't have rats?
Danica,
Yes,
do you still have that other little thing like Chitters that you found?
yes. Chitters 1 is in my locker.
Yes.
Don't worry, Chitters. 1 never meant anything to me.
Can I see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go look at it.
I need.
right,
Okay.
here you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you want it back?
No.
Okay, great, because Marcus is getting it.
Oh.
All right.
yeah, actually, in the back, Marcus is there as well.
Yes. Marcus? I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
That's Marcus. Marcus can also speak now, by the way, by means of that spell.
What's Marcus?
Sorry, that's just what we've been calling you because you come around so often. We name things that are familiar to us.
I am a sound. Okay. Let's roll with that.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I wanted to say I'm sorry about throwing the knife at you the other night. You surprised me and I overreacted. It was inappropriate of me. But I want to help you and I want to make it up to you. And I could use a favor.
I feel compelled to mention that you've never thrown a knife at me, but I do like the idea of a favor, so let's move on to that.
Okay. See this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want it?
What's it?
Little construct thing. It's shiny though, right?
This is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
This will bring favor.
Do you want more things like that?
There are more like this?
There's so much more.
Where?
Across the street, down 2 levels, there's a foundry. It is full of shiny things like that.
Behind the wall?
Yep.
We can't get through the wall.
There's a vent.
Go on.
We can open the vent for you. You get into the vent, you can drop down into the foundry floor. There's
Marcus
boxes.
grinds his teeth. You have yourself a deal.
Awesome. Oh, and just as like a thank you, I go to my knife roll, pull out the paring knife, and set that down next to Chitter's.
What's that?
Another shiny for you.
That is very generous of you. He only can carry so much at a time.
I guess he's coming back.
So yeah, Marcus picks up the disabled and probably completely non-functional Chitter's one and runs through a hole in the wall. And then Marcus runs back out of the hole in the wall and grabs the knife, looking at you. Screek. 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 Into the wall.
Well, that won't solve the Azorius problem, but it's going to be a pain in their ass.
Marcus is outside still kind of arguing with Chitters.
They're all Marcus.
Is it like a dukedom of Markai?
No, we just can't tell rats apart because we're human.
Fair.
They're just all...
Enormous. That's okay. That's more rats engaged.
I think I'm ready to...
This thing lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh,
Hey, there's a whole bunch of shiny stuff in the foundry across the street. Even shinier than this thing.
Behind the wall?
Yeah,
Can't go through a wall.
there's a vent. We'll open the vent for you. You can drop down. There's just an entire warehouse full of shiny things for you.
Why you do this?
We don't want those shiny things to be there.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Right. And you're just sipping your drink this entire time.
yeah.
I'm going to run down to that foundry vent and open it, as I said I would, for the apparently many... Why did I think there was only one rat?
Yeah.
I don't...
It occurs to you that these are shockingly similar looking. Like, rats, they have different fur patterns, some
They're
kind
slightly
of
different
markings.
sizes, yeah.
These ones look the same.
Yep.
Like,
Like they're exact
not look
copies.
the same. To use a turn of phrase, yeah, that might be one way you could describe them, as being copies of one another.
Magic jokes.
Yep.
It's an iconic card, okay?
Even I get that joke.
If you're not familiar with Magic the Gathering, you're just watching because this is some hot D&D action, or listening, the card we are referencing is Pack Rat, which is like a rat that gets bigger. It makes copies of itself. It doesn't need to matter how. It's just a very, very good card, and it was oppressive in the format in which it was played.
And now we're oppressing the Azorius with it.
Yeah.
More copies, more strength.
Since you were here last night to look at the vent, its security seems to have been upgraded. It is, there have been bars welded across the vent so that it can no longer be removed easily. Like the vent isn't welded in place, and if you give me an insight roll.
Can I, like... Is it possible not to, like, pull it up? Can I, like, just pop it enough that I can, like, slide it up?
Yeah.
I just need to get enough space so a rat can get through underneath it.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
Just, like, stick a brick underneath it. Yeah.
I'm sure there's some slag somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you do that.
We weren't very subtle last time. We had a great time, though.
Oh, man.
It occurs to you that if
We got in, we got out.
the grate were welded on, then that would not be regulation. The grate needs to be easily removed for safety reasons. And you can still remove the grate, you just can't move the grate.
Yep.
But the grate is now off, which is fine.
Yeah.
Problem solving, what Azorius is great at.
Yep.
I'll try and reach out to Kevin.
Okay.
All of them. So is this a spell? I'm extending my consciousness to try and find a part of my soul or consciousness which I put into a somewhat, I don't want to call it sentient, but it's like a receptacle that absorbed a part of me.
Yeah.
Didn't you roll Arcana last time?
That was mainly to figure out how to do it.
Oh, okay.
I think you would need to... I realize that, like...
Do I need to be close enough to it?
I think you need to be closer to
Okay,
it.
I can
you
try
you
and-
can definitely, like,
I can sit
interface on
there.
a dreamlike level.
Yeah. I can sit there, have a sip of coffee, and be like, yeah, it's going to be so easy. I'm a powerful warlock.
The shakes come back.
I know the Kevins are there, but I can't reach them.
I'm eating food from behind the counter. Okay. We know where they are. It's fine. Lots of people get performance anxiety. It's all right.
I am a professional, and I want my Kevins back. And I want my revenge.
I've known you for 3 days, but why not? I throw some crumbs at Chitters, and I guess they hit him in the face.
Does the...
No.
Like
Yeah,
the
the-
cheese on the cat head thing.
Yeah, well, sorry, for the people listening, it's the thing where the cat retreats from whatever's on its forehead as if trying to get out from under it.
Yeah. Now that, God, I keep forgetting. Now that Marcus is gone, am I getting anywhere with Chitters with the writing?
You can try. You want Chitters to express Chitter's internal life?
I guess, yes. Try to communicate
Are you hoping Chitters will draw a picture or use written language?
anything it chooses. Yeah. Any sort of communication that it is capable of. That would be communication two-way.
You've given it a piece of paper, and what else?
Let's say I've tied some graphite to the end of one of its claws.
Okay.
One of the front ones. the manipulating ones.
It arrives at the sheet of paper. Tick, 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 tick.
It's writing paragraphs.
Yeah, it just seems to be like writing out like a series of you have no idea what the writing is, really. But it's doing an awful lot of it very quickly.
Does it seem like, I guess I wouldn't know this, does it seem like magical code? If you were
It's
meta looking at it, I guess.
It's a code of some kind.
some
It seems related to magic because you have
We live in a magical world.
yeah.
Everything is magic?
Yeah.
Can I just read it? What does it say? Just like, is it nonsense words or words that I'm familiar with in a nonsense order?
Or just scribbles?
It seems to be nonsense to you. Like it's not words. Chitters is not drawing anything. It seems to be like maybe it just likes the rhythm of the graphite against the paper.
Does it seem happier? Does it enjoy itself?
Yeah.
Is this an enriching behavior?
Yeah, it does seem to be. Where it's
Okay.
like, I love drawing.
Great, I gave it a little pat. And get more paper for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just watch this happen. How delightful. Cool.
The languages that March knows is Common, Loxodon, and Thieves' Cant. I don't think this is Thieves' Cant.
It is not thieves' cant.
Okay. All right, that'll be a mystery to March, I think.
Anna, are you still outside?
Probably back by now.
Okay.
I have just returned.
All right. Well, before you get back, give me a perception roll or a spot roll. It is
It's
perception.
perception.
Yep.
Cameron,
You
brain,
want it to be spot.
perception.
Ooh, that's not great. I got an 8.
Yeah, you make it back to Torchlight.
All right. We have enriched a bunch of rats.
So, may I make a suggestion?
Wait, what do you mean a bunch of rats? We have like Marcus, right?
Yeah, we've enriched Marcus.
Good. I don't know where that stupid Azorius lady was saying we have multiple rats. We just have one huge rat.
It's not even small fauna. Like they say on the paper, it's not small at all.
No, I'm proud of our rat.
Yeah.
We've grown a bigger rat than the rest of this district, damn it.
These rats would be nothing without us.
He's grown fat on our lard and sausage drippings.
Oh, God, gross. Okay.
What else do they eat?
Shiny metal things. May I make a suggestion?
Go
Yes.
for it.
We take back Kevin, and we kick their asses because they're not going to kick their own.
But Kevin doesn't have an ass.
Not Kevin, the people who took them.
Okay,
So-
okay.
Oh,
That's awesome.
we need to find.
They're across the street. I know they're there. There's something blocking my mind.
Is it perhaps the thick wall?
That's a good suggestion. It could be.
Could we bring Sebastian down to the vent and see if he could connect from there?
So, quick note about the vent. We can't get in that way anymore.
How are they getting in and out? Other than flying. I know Kevin's are flying through the smokestack. There has to be another entrance.
Well, I mean, there's a door.
Why don't we just go into the door?
The Azorius.
Yeah, we get arrested.
And the Azorius are very good at locking doors.
Isn't it an
There's-
abandoned building?
Oh, there's a lot of people working in there.
Including one of your friends.
Yeah, including one of my friends. Ooh,
So there's like an entire
Hold
Azorius
on.
facility in this abandoned building that is housing my Kevins?
Yeah, and you know
Yes.
what we saw the last time they were there was a bunch of people who had our coffee cups and then were getting yelled at for having our coffee cups. So they come here all the time.
We saw it at an odd angle, though. We had to, like, crane our necks down.
But if they come here all the time, that means we can wait for one of them to come here and we can find the employee entrance. I think we need to reopen the cafe and pretend we're open till one of them comes in.
Yes, and then we poison their coffee. And
No!
I get
No.
revenge.
Then we sneak into the factory so we can poison all their coffees at once.
Oh.
Think big, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Poison them with rat dropping.
Surely that would take days.
That's too slow acting.
Yeah. Anyhow, like I
We reopened the cafe.
yeah,
We're getting paid anyways.
that's true. Think of it.
Wait.
What if we set up a vendor stall outside in the street so that technically the cafe is closed and we're following the letter of the law?
Pop-ups are very hot right now.
Oh my God, we started. Let's start a coffee cart
Yeah.
that serves one market. That doesn't.
It's a
What?
very important
Well,
market.
we have a perfectly functional cafe right here.
Yep.
But legally it has to be closed. We don't want to
I
break
take
the
the
law.
notice off the door and I go, Chitters, I found some more paper for you.
Chitters has never been excited in his life. No, oh, no, wait, sorry. Chitters, not Marcus.
Yeah.
Chitters. Chitters looks at it, reads it, and looks at you accusingly.
Oh no!
What?
Is Chitters a cop?
Yeah. He's totally like he's like an Azorius watch thing, but I feel like we can train him. I feel like we can win him over to the good side. You know?
Of the cult of Rakdos, yes.
Yeah, well, of the people who aren't jerks.
And regarding that, when is the last time we as Rakdos let a little piece of paper bully us? If we want to serve coffee, we're going to serve coffee. And then we'll have our revenge.
Yeah. Besides, we don't have to serve a lot of coffee. We just have to be passively open for one person to sneak out here, get a coffee, then we have to close. Then we can suddenly find this notice, realize we have to close. Marge can come in. She can make a big deal out of it. It's like, we have just been served a notice, and we need to close the cafe. And then we can follow that. We can sneak back to the factory and find them. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I think the coffee's probably fine. I've been drinking it. I still would. So it's not like we're going
I
to kill
drink the
anybody.
coffee all the time.
Yeah.
We can just unlock the door and have the lights on, but we didn't flip the open sign. It's just not up. We didn't flip it. It's just not up on the door.
Closed is not visible, but neither is it open.
Yeah, right.
If anybody comes in, we can make a show of it. It's like, oh, we're technically closed, but I mean, we got the stuff here. Real quick, we'll just make one just for you.
We're supposed to be packing up and getting the rodent infestant dealt with. Surely we can't do it, locked inside with the lights off.
Immediately. Perfect. All right.
Yep.
Open up the cafe. I'm ready to serve customers. I assume my position, just smiling at the door.
Unbolt the door, turn the sign around.
No, the sign's down.
Sign's down.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't say open or closed, but
the
the
lights
lights
are
are on, the door's
Right.
unlocked, and
And
I'm
the blinds
smiling.
are open for ambiance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several minutes pass.
We're so
minutes
smart.
Twiddle,
I
twiddle,
like how our
twiddle,
plan is to
twiddle.
just do our jobs.
The Rakdos are so badass.
So Chitters, you recognize the Azorius on here, did you? Do you are you familiar at all with the Gabbro family?
I don't think it gets invited to a lot of parties, Mark.
It chitters back at you. Like,
With its piece of graphite still on its thing, it puts it draws a small circle.
Chitters, you drew a circle. Great job.
Is
I
that
give it
a
a pat.
circle for yes?
It draws a circle.
that's one of my favorite red versus blue jokes. It's like, say squawk for yes. If this means yes, say squawk. And it's like, but it could mean no. Like, it's such a. I'm sorry to explain the joke. I just love that so much.
I mean, March is going to continue as far as she can and just keep drilling this question because she is a teenager and she really wants an answer and does not understand. Other stuff can happen.
I just love the Loxodon interrogating the rat or the chitters.
Yeah.
After a few minutes, One of the beat cops comes in.
Oh, fun. Darn. Oh, wait. You're just like, we're closed rats.
One had a Russian name.
Leopold and
Leopold and
Dmitri.
Dmitri.
And Dmitri. Is it Leopold or Dmitri?
It's
both.
Dmitri.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys open?
Not technically, sorry.
But technically, I can serve you a coffee. Come on in, friend.
Oh, it's been a long night.
Yeah. Same.
Two Cinque Breve Trentes. Extra sugar.
Coming right up.
How are things going out there tonight? We've been pretty busy in here.
Oh, there's a place across the street that turns out they're having a hell of a time.
You don't say.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, all kinds of alarms. Leopold's over there right now, but they're not letting him in.
Oh,
That seems
that's-
against the law.
if I was having alarms, I would definitely let a fine Boros patrolman in.
I hope they're not fire alarms.
Yeah. Huh, I didn't even know anything was across the street. What is across the street?
I thought it was just an abandoned foundry.
We're all chiming in too much.
Leopold hasn't had his coffee, or Dmitri hasn't had his coffee yet.
Thank God. All right. I'm going to disengage from this conversation.
Mind rotted if I know. But yeah, I don't know. Why have alarms if you aren't going to let people respond to them? Something about jurisdictions. So, how's the demon worship going?
Yeah.
Pays the bills.
It's a way of life.
Yeah, it's how the coffee gets hot.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I mean,
which-
I'm just a simple civil servant here. I'm not here to judge anyone's religious choices. Thank you.
It's not a religion.
It is my responsibility as an upholder of the law to respect all of the non-denominational and pseudo-religious choices made by Ravnican citizens.
It's in the guild pact.
Thanks, Dmitri. See you tomorrow night.
Yeah, have a good one.
I wonder if it's the rats.
Should we close and just follow? This might be our opening.
We should. I mean, he's probably going back to Leopold, who's trying to get in, but we know that he can't get in.
But it definitely means that their security is effed.
But we should definitely follow them to figure out where that entrance is.
Ooh.
We do need to know that.
Yeah.
I'm good at being sneaky. Can
Really?
I
All right.
do it?
All right. Let's all do it. Let's close the cafe and go.
I watched the two of you not be good at sneaking. Can I do this alone this one time?
That's probably good.
Okay, you guys close the shop.
Okay.
Okay, the plan.
I am going to, I guess, shadow
Dmitri.
It was Dmitri?
Yes.
Yeah, Dmitri. And then, like, return back once I see where he's going.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Stealth roll. What the hell? That's a 2 plus 7, so 9.
Give me another spot, or an insight roll, actually.
Insight. What the hell is happening?
Cast that die into the sea.
6 plus 2.
You are very stealthily... Also, I want you to give me a spot roll when you go outside.
Spot roll. I guess that's perception.
Yes, perception. I'm sorry.
Is this smell related at all?
No.
Okay. That's the thing Loxodons are good at. Okay. Perception, that is 12. March is being very mediocre today.
First thing first, we'll resolve the perception roll.
Yeah.
It has been snowing now for several hours because it is getting towards, the beginning of winter, and Ravnica is cold. The 6th District is cold, and it's getting towards St. Malthus Day, conceivably in about 7 weeks. So there are tracks in the snow. Although Scaldholm at this time of day in this part of town is not actually terribly busy, as you are all well aware. However, there are tracks in the snow that do not simply belong to Dimitri.
Do they belong to a large ungulate?
No.
Okay.
There seem to be several tracks that come up to the front of the door, pause there, and then walk away from it.
The door of Torchlight.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we were closed for a while.
Yeah.
Several of them seem to be going vaguely in the same direction that Dimitri is following. Who you follow,
Poorly.
and you know, crunch, 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 through the snow, and then you lose track of him. And like he crosses the street, down like a flight of stairs, down another couple of flights of stairs, and you lose track of him.
Okay. I mean, at the point where I lose track of him, I quickly look around, shrug, and return, because that was kind of the plan, and relay as far as I could what direction he went to.
Okay.
I feel like as mediocre as I rolled, that's about as much as my teenage brain would think to do.
Oh, that wasn't mediocre rolling.
All right, so where are we going?
Well, I tracked Dimitri.
Sorry, one more thing. As a result of the spot roll, you also do hear faint alarms somewhere off in the distance.
Were they getting louder?
Yeah, they were definitely from across the street.
Okay. I followed Dimitri and kind of the alarms a ways, and then I lost track of him because I was trying to be stealthy, and that's hard to do if you're riding someone like 5 feet behind them.
Yeah.
I tried my best, question mark?
You did. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, so
Now what?
do we try and contact Era?
What? That
How?
bloodsucker?
Yes.
You have her number?
No. I don't know how, but I mean, like, she knows something.
No, I'm angry. If I see her, I have to have my revenge.
Go for it.
Do you have,
Oh,
do you have any sort of connection to her since she connected with you here?
I don't. Am I a vampire?
The Ravnica mind drinker vampires don't seem to work that way.
Oh. I have no idea. Do I look inside my own psyche and find out if there's like a weird connection in there? Is that a thing I can do?
Do you have an unusual impulse to drink blood?
No more than usual, but that's normally like rage related.
Do you find yourself suddenly deeply caring about what other people are thinking?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to take then.
Okay. Not a vampire. No, I don't have a weird connection there. We know where they are. They're there.
Yeah, but they're also like having a bunch of alarms go off. If only there's some way.
Go on.
Okay.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
No, I just had a really stupid idea. It's not a good idea.
Yeah,
Go
well,
for it.
We don't have anything right now.
I love
All right.
ideas.
Well, it's like, okay, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who want to get inside, aka us.
Yes.
And so, but there's like, they're not letting the police in, there's alarms going, they're on high alert. The worst time to sneak into something with any kind of like, you know, is when somebody's on high alert. So like, we could wait till the situation diffuses itself, but that's boring. Or we could somehow make the situation so untenable, we are able to sneak in amidst the absolute chaos. But
Yes.
right now, there's enough stuff going on that they're like, no, we're locking the door. Blah, blah, blah. And there's alarms, which means there's going to be people everywhere. We need to sneak in under like the cover of a lot more power.
So more rats.
More rats, or we somehow, this is the first idea that came to mind. This is not a serious suggestion. It's like, we somehow spread word that an amazing illegal rave is going on in there, and the klaxons are just part of the sound system. But we're in the entertainment district,
Yeah.
so we could make some post. No, let's not do this.
March is on board.
I haven't been with the cult. Maybe you would know this, Sebastian. Who in the 6th district is in charge of the illegal raves that the cult runs?
I don't know.
Don't get invited to those parties.
No,
Oh,
I'm
we're
not
not
cool enough.
Also, did Daniel show up at all at this point?
No.
We also reclosed the cafe. Who's that? Oh, that's the janitor.
Wait, do we
coworker,
have
yeah.
like a listing or an address? Surely we'd have some sort of emergency contact information for him, like where he lives, as part of his employee file.
Yeah?
Yep.
Go to his house and ask him what to do.
Let's go talk to Daniel.
Cat.
Is he close?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
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 Let's make this story grind ahead. Go harass Daniel.
On our way over there. Okay. If Daniel doesn't know who is in charge of illegal raves, we should have.
Well, Daniel might just know how to get in, too.
He
We
might
need
have
another
a
back
Daniel would
door.
definitely know how to get into illegal raves.
No, not illegal raves. Into the building.
Why? Okay.
He might have a contact with Ira too.
There might be a back door. I'm sorry. I cut
I'm
you
very
off.
confused right now.
Well, party later.
Yeah, the rave is just a means within to access the building.
But if the access goes spectacularly and the rave does, there's no saying we can't also enjoy the rave.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is that if we want to get word out that there is an illegal rave, there is probably a network within the cult for doing that.
Sure,
true.
sure. But we can also abandon a plan if there's an alternate way to get in. That again,
A better,
goal focused. If there's a better way to get into the building, we can abandon the rave.
Yes, okay.
or like do a rave next week.
Yeah.
Let's do that anyways. But for now, let's get in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Why lie about the rave? We could make it not a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're standing
You go to Daniel's apartment.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Knock on the door.
Knockety, 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 knock. Daniel, 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 Daniel.
You hear somebody come to the door. There is, the darkness passing in front of the peephole, and then the sound of several locks unlocking. What do you idiots want?
Hello, Daniel. You're late for shift.
No,
Also, we're closed for tonight due to rat issues. Also, do you have any sort of connections for making a rave happen? Or lying about a rave, at least? Or do you know any vampires?
I bet. There's a building across the street, and we would like access to it. The old abandoned forged.
Yeah.
Do you know a back way in?
It seems pretty sealed up, but I mean, every
Yeah, you
building.
know everything. You found that ley line.
Yeah. Oh, I've been poking around a lot.
Yeah, as it turns out, the building across the street is maybe housing some sort of weird secret Azorius spy factory.
Yeah, I got that impression too. That's weird.
Yeah, I think we should try to wreck it somehow.
You seem like someone that really appreciates their privacy, and they seem like people who really don't appreciate your privacy.
Yeah. No, I mean that's them, all right. What do you want me to do? Get on the horn with Murder Girl or Massacre Girl?
You know Massacre Girl?
I was being largely facetious, but yes, we met once after
What's
the premiere.
she like?
Scary.
Yeah.
She seems intense.
We take a minute to fangirl.
Okay, so now I'm now at 2 degrees of Massacre Girl.
Anyhow, it's like, that sounds like, that would be the best, but
I actually, we're not on speaking terms.
okay.
We don't need the best from you, we just need adequate.
Thanks, Mom.
Marge is not tactful.
I don't know, man. Let's just I just have an urge to break things and to speak truth to power and to fight the man. And the man seems kind of scary, and I feel like we're a little bit over our heads.
Yeah.
So we're asking our elder statesman for help.
And they took my Kevins and they'll pay.
All right. Just come in. Get out of the hallway. Get a noise complaint. He puts on a pot of coffee. A brief montage happens. He pours you cups of coffee.
Good montage.
It's exactly. It's one scene, right?
Wow!
God, all of us tonight.
Okay.
So sorry.
So the nerds are up to something,
Yeah.
Yep.
and we want to wreck it
Hell yeah.
Please.
because
They disrespected us.
Because it
they
seems
got
like
to
they're
keep
up
them
to
on
a-
their toes.
Yeah.
It seems like a bad something.
They're coming into our turf. They're shutting us down.
I
With
don't-
made up reasons. Like,
Yeah,
I
why,
don't
why
want-
are we closed?
Rats.
They
Apparently?
said there was a rat issue.
Well, I mean, they're not wrong.
But they came at midnight, and the Azorius usually like banking hours. Not as much as the Orzhov, but
Orzhov love bacon.
yeah.
Yeah, that does seem suspicious. Maybe somebody called in a favor. Yeah, that place is like sealed up tighter than a drum. The stonework's pretty good. You would need somebody who can evaluate that.
I mean, I can evaluate stonework.
You can?
Yeah. I have the tools, and in my person, I have stonework tools with me.
okay, we
Okay.
evaluate the stonework, then what?
Well, then you would need to be able to get inside and either evade or inveigle yourself so that you can get past whatever internal patrols they have.
Or just deal with it.
Yeah, that too.
You can punch, right?
One person at a time, generally.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Next
can punch,
step.
right?
Oh my no!
Need some kind of a distraction would be helpful.
Oh, they're plenty distracted.
Hey, I was gonna ask, who is in charge of putting out the word about where the illegal raves are for the cult?
Oh, probably somebody through Masahaki.
Yeah, Can we? Do you? You don't happen to have a contact with them, do you?
I could probably speak to some. Why? What are you looking for? Like some kind of like house, or more like EDM, or?
I think a great distraction would be to have about 200 people show up outside this foundry expecting there to be an illegal rave inside and really wanting to get in.
They can't keep the doors closed if there's that many people, right?
Well, I mean, you could try. It's pretty late.
Either that or we tell the Boros there's an illegal rave in there because they would also want to get in.
Cops do love to party.
Yeah.
There's one thing I know about cops.
My parents are friends with so many of them, and oh, they get wild.
I don't believe that.
Well,
Danica says without thinking.
to Azorius
Okay.
standards, so I guess a loud rumble or a quiet rumble.
I can try to get some kind of other distraction going. You said you have a distraction currently? They're currently distracted?
We set rats on them. Our rat problem is now their rat problem.
We got
We
rid
put-
of our problem.
We told
There's
Marcus
more than
where it
one rat?
was. Maybe? Unclear.
Okay, well, I can definitely try to get some kind of thing together. Sure. Why would I work on that? Well, you all go and do the other thing then.
We'll case the joint.
Okay.
Find a way in, and then smash the power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, shitters.
Oh, yeah, you brought shitters.
Of course I
okay.
brought
Poor
shitters.
shitters.
You'd be lonely.
Oh, a tiny little cop.
I'm reprogramming it.
You can do that?
We're trying.
I'm thinking through love and patience.
Well, that's just great.
It's a good thing we had this conversation in front of it.
Fine. I feel like letting shitters go.
We care a lot about being surveilled, except for the surveillance mechanism we have with us that we love and care for deeply.
Yeah.
All
Name
right.
it Alexa.
All
Okay.
Let's head back.
Back to the foundry.
Okay. First step. What's your plan?
Marge, case the thing with your special stoneworking thing and find a weak point.
I'm going to case the casing. I don't know what that would necessarily...
So help me out with Ravnica architecture here. Are we assuming that the building is significantly taller above street level and that you can find a foundation of it under?
Like a foundation is a very nebulous thing here.
Right. Yeah.
I Think of it as like an eternal club sandwich of layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so does that mean it would make more sense to go down into some middle layer?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
work up from there.
Why don't we let March figure this out
Okay.
Yeah.
and give me an investigate roll?
Investigate. Hopefully higher than 10.
And you have stonework?
I'm so sorry.
I have I have proficiency with Mason's tools. I'm a Mason guild
Let's-
artisan.
Let's give you advantage on that roll then.
Oh, thank you.
So you can roll 2 die 20 and pick the best roll.
Thank you.
Let's go, Matt.
Thank you. One of them was a 1.
Yeah.
The other's
Ooh.
a 15.
Hey!
Okay. What's your final total then?
Sorry, that was investigation, so 21.
21.
Dang.
Okay. The idea of going lower
Hewing
into the
up.
structure and then up is probably sound. A foundry has a lot of big, heavy equipment, right? So if you just put it on like the higher floor of a building, it's all going to go down.
Yeah.
So it needs to be on some kind of like very solid footing in order for it to be any kind of structurally sound. So you need to be able to get inside that in some way. So like it would be on a pedestal, kind of, that would be connected to whatever solid footing they could find for it. And that would be hard to get up through. But you might be able to find some kind of layer where the exterior wall, which they have secured, apparently quite well, apart from the vent inside, does not quite line up, maybe. And there may be some kind of way in. That would be your thing. If you're not going to go in through the front entrance, where the people go, if you want to go through the secret way, then you can do that and find some way in with that roll. So we can
Yeah.
abstract that
Yeah.
and say that that is what you do if that's what you want, if that's the approach you want to take.
That seems like we want to go in the back way, the rat way, rather than the people way.
Okay.
And our plan is we sneak in, I take back my Kevins, we wreck their plan just because they tried to wreck our day, and then we go back to our day job,
Yes.
night job,
Yeah.
but we teach them a lesson. Don't mess with the Raptos.
Before we do this, I'm going to say to Chitters, I'm going to say, Chitters, you're a very good boy, but you have to stay here behind at Torchlight Cafe because this could be dangerous and I don't want you to get hurt. And I give him a little pat on the head.
And the rest of the papers in my note
Oh, absolutely. Here's as much paper as you want.
pad. Yeah.
Inclines his head towards you.
Is that affection?
I give it a little scritch.
Oh, you've won this little narc over.
Good job.
It's nurture, not nature. All right, bye, Chitters. I guess I just don't want to be carrying it around.
We'll have a double agent soon enough.
Yes, exactly.
All right. You travel through the under area of this part of Ravnica. You don't get into the, oh God, what is it actually called? The underground?
The Undercity.
The Undercity. You,
We're looping around to its gusset.
yeah, basically.
Like a disused sub-basement somebody forgot to fill in like 200 years ago.
Ravnica is kind of, there's no ground, right? It's just buildings after buildings after buildings linked together in cells and by causeways and bridges and scaffoldings, and it's a nightmare to try to secure. And to their credit, they've tried. And they've made this like more or less cylindrical building that you can detect through your stonework. But you do find a way inside. There's a disused sewer grating.
Sewer's got to go somewhere.
Did you roll
water has to drain-
well or poorly there?
Very well.
Great.
Well for him.
This is water, or storm water.
Oh,
a-
that's good then.
Yeah, drainage has to go somewhere. So there have to be holes. And you were able to work your way in through that. And you find a large like the large grating that takes all of the water out. And through this grating, give me a perception roll.
All or me? Only?
If everyone is there,
Yeah.
then everyone.
Oof.
Hey, we tied. No.
That is a 23.
You hear alarms sounding. And more than alarms, you hear shouts and all kinds of tumult occurring somewhere above you,
Exciting.
being funneled down into this sewer grating.
As Marge is like wiping the lower tips of her ears. I think this is the right way, guys.
Awesome.
Yay! Let's go inside.
Okay, up through the sewer grating into a like a sump area that has. This is like clearly an access way or a service area because it leads off to several pipes that go off and out, but there is a hatch up that you can access.
Comfortably stuffy.
Out of curiosity, how often would regular members of Ravnican society be in this weird city thing? Like, is this as strange as us as city people being in the sewers, or is it fairly normal for people of Ravnica to have to go through, like, weird ways?
It's pretty unusual. Like,
Okay.
any one of us could probably lift up a manhole cover and just
crawl down there.
crawl in, but it
Okay.
doesn't occur to most people
Okay.
to do.
Okay, we're just checking on that one, because you're like, yeah, the architecture's all messed up. You walk through crap like this all the time. You're like, no, this is weird.
Yeah, like,
I sort of imagine it more like you have the Undercity, which is set up as like a place where people live, right? And you have the Overcity, which is sort of like the top few layers where people live, and they put like the plazas and the open spaces, because they do have them in Ravnica. But that's formed by paving over other stuff, right? Because they're not paving over the ground. So in all of these places, there would be various access hatches or disused buildings or stuff that had just been built over. But your reasons for being there are nil. Because there's no light and nobody lives there. So your reasons for being there are you're a bad person doing a bad thing.
I'm always trying to frame the experience within the context of the environment.
Yeah.
And we're doing a break-in and entering right now. We're very aware of that. All right, good. We're doing crimes.
you're doing crimes.
Yeah. Can I
Crime
try
time.
and reach out to my Kevins just to get, like, am I close enough that I can sense them now?
Yes,
Ah,
they are above you.
okay. We're getting closer to Kevins. I feel them. They're up.
Can you access them and cause more havoc with them? Or maybe surveil with them? That is their original
Damn,
purpose.
can I open my Kevin's eyes and see what they see?
Yeah, sure, actually. Now
Okay.
you can, now that you're
Okay.
getting closer to them.
Okay, let me reach out.
Open their inner eye.
I open my inner Kevin eyes.
You see through every eye from many Kevins.
Okay.
You see the interior of what seems to be a launch bay, a
Okay.
hangar for them.
Can we do a weird thing as if I'm echoing this in the third person, like your voice is coming through my voice and I'm just transmitting this to the group?
Very
Okay.
cinematic. Rapid.
You have the impression of 360 degrees of uninterrupted view
That's what I
of the
say.
interior of a cylinder,
Okay.
as if you have many eyes mounted on a spherical or a cylindrical mount inside a larger cylinder,
And they're all facing inwards or outwards?
outwards.
Okay. So I can see the inside of a tube from the inside of a tube. Mm-hmm. The
And
outside of
you're-
a tube to
you're-
the inside of a larger tube.
You're
Okay.
just tucked in there, all nice and cozy,
Okay.
and it's warm and safe inside.
Okay. So I can't see anything.
Well, you can, but you see outwards.
Yeah,
Sure.
And the interior of the cylinder seems to be soot-stained, dark, dank.
So we're being kept in the tube. We're not anywhere where there are people about and I can't see them like running around or doing anything.
Yeah, it seems like you're being charged, powered, housed inside some kind of facility.
crypt.
Yeah, a Kevin crypt, a Kevin hive, if
Okay.
you will, on the interior of this structure. And below you, you hear the sounds of bad, like alarms, shouting, swearing, and the sound of something you don't recognize at all. But it sounds enraged and entitled,
Huh.
and made of many smaller voices.
Okay. Things are going down up there. Good news, the Kevins are safe. Better news is the Azorius are having a bad time.
Oh, good.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you move? Can you move, Kevin?
I feel snug and contained in these little pods for now.
You can only passively perceive.
Yeah.
You cannot. Something is not allowing you to control the Kevins.
You're read only right now, basically.
Ooh,
Okay.
I say that.
All right.
All right, to my Kevins, they need me.
All right. Let's go up.
Okay, you lift up the hatch. On the other side of the hatch, you know for certain there is something going on.
We're trying to be
Okay.
sneaky.
So do you like peek up?
We'll have March lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're going to have to get into some kind of area where there are people.
Yes.
You lift up the hatch and you seem to be in some kind of hallway. A door is like slightly open. It is a hallway off to, if you were to guess, off to the side of the workroom that you saw earlier. And there are sounds coming through the lit door to the workroom. But currently there's no one inside here in this hallway with you.
All right, then I guess we leave our hidden little nook and try. I think Marge would try to get into a side room with no one in it,
Okay.
like an office or
Do
something.
you try to move stealthily? Do you move?
Stealthily.
Give me a stealth roll.
Ooh, that is 24.
Nice.
Very good. You can move anywhere you want undetected through this area.
If Marge can see an unoccupied side office that she gets everyone else to come into, I guess.
Or you're going to scout for us.
A little bit, if possible, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you hear alarms. You find not an office necessarily, but like a broom closet, a storage closet. There are like highlighters and pads of paper,
Chitters would love those.
paper clips, lots of paper clips.
Oh, Marcus would love this.
Like, this is the mother lode for certain people. Pens, notebooks, clipboards.
My parents would love this.
Yeah, and you were able to secret yourself into here.
Okay. Okay, do we run into the pandemonium? Where are we going from here?
So, I take it we follow you into that area.
It seems like what we want to do is you want to get Kevin back.
Correct. Kevins.
All-
They are many.
All of, how many Kevins can you see now?
That's an odd question. All of them.
Are there like tens of Kevins or hundreds of Kevins?
Oh, tens.
That's a lot of Kevins to carry.
Can
No.
you pick one Kevin you like best?
But they're all Kevin.
Well, then can you pick the closest one?
I hope once we free one, we'll free all of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you pick one part of yourself and abandon the rest?
Oh, I definitely keep my ears. They're my best feature.
I agree.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on a second. Which way are the Kevins?
That way and up.
Okay, we're getting closer.
Okay.
If we need a direction to go, the Kevins are that way.
So
that
It
way.
indicates through the open door.
Where all the havoc is.
Yes. Although, do you close the door to the supply room?
I think we are like closing it.
I do
Or
think
like keeping it
there-
slightly ajar.
On the back of the door
Oh,
is a fire evacuation map of the building.
based on my brain, where are Kevins on this map? And I'll mark it with one of the very handy highlighters.
Yep, it's there.
I've got a little bit of light from prestidigitation in my hand so we can see.
All right. It's probably in the area called Launch Bay.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, the Kevins are here. Now,
And then there's a room below it marked operations.
Ooh, that seems like a
then-
good room to wreck.
And then below that, which seems to be kind of the room where that's through that hallway, it is marked shop floor.
We saw that last time.
What's in there?
Lots of people drinking lots of coffee and yelling.
Yeah.
And more
Being yelled
and
at.
actually doing their job, which is repairing Onihopters.
Yeah, Kevin.
How many Kevins are there?
That's why
You're
I
the-
asked you.
You're the Kevin
Well,
mind.
I mean, okay, on the shop floor, how many potential Kevins are there?
There were
Legion.
lots.
We are,
They had about a dozen
we are
workers.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, okay, so we got to get through the shop floor, which is currently a mess.
Well, there might be a back entrance. Like when we look at the map, is there another way we could get there that isn't going through the shop floor with all the noise?
That's
a no. All right.
Yeah, no.
Just checking. Maybe there's a quiet way.
Yes.
I mean, we're getting very focused on.
If I look at the map, are there fire alarms marked for safety reasons?
Yes. There's evacuation areas.
Sorry, you were saying?
Well, we're getting very caught up on retrieving the Kaveen. What about destroying the operation?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should do that.
Well, we won't be able to free the Kevins unless we destroy the operations, right?
Oh, they won't truly be free?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, I accept this. I don't want my Kevins enslaved any further.
Also, we won't truly be free because they will watch us forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you
Okay.
want your mom to watch you from every point of view? I don't want that.
Yeah, isn't this what Era said that she was aiming to stop? And how did Kevin get back here? I'm just beginning to suspect vampires aren't sufficiently trustworthy. And my whole worldview is becoming shattered, and I'm only
I start scratching my
only
neck again.
17. Who would thought that cynicism would take me this early? I say
Okay.
melodramatically.
So we go in, we pull the fire alarm, we wait for them to leave. We go in. Once they've left and we hear them go to the evacuation area, we smash the shop floor. Then we liberate the Kevins, and we go back to the cafe and pretend it wasn't us.
Are
We
there,
probably shouldn't just go back to work tomorrow, if I'm going to be completely honest with you.
No, that's more suspicious.
We'll be closed for rats. It's not that suspicious.
Well, unless they reopen. If the cafe's open, we're there. If
We
they're
have
not
to.
open, we're
They're
not.
closed for 24 hours, so we're gonna have to be back on shift
we
tomorrow.
are.
I'm planning to pick up chitters and lay low for a while.
All right. Well,
I got rent to pay.
same. Yeah.
Uh,
Are there any maintenance or cleaners clothing uniforms in this room?
There are.
are there 4 sets?
Yes.
Great.
All right. So now we're undercover as Azorius janitors.
Let's clean up.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was
Okay.
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Next
Moving
step.
on.
Yeah.
Where do you go next?
Fire alarm.
Pull a fire alarm.
You find a fire alarm. You pull it, and one of those hideous brass bells starts blaring
Nice.
loudly, even though there are also other alarms going.
Is there? I don't know if Ravnik has these sprinklers.
No.
Okay. Worth checking. Worth checking.
Yeah, I figured like
It's Ravnica. It's magic.
maybe there are sprinklers. Sure, let's say there are sprinklers.
I
It
Eldritch
was a
Blast one.
foundry at some point.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
was a foundry at some
Yeah,
point.
actually,
Yeah.
good points. Yes, there's a sprinkler system.
Cool.
Can you set a small fire so that it can be discovered and they don't tip off to, oh, this was a fake alarm pole?
I can. I set some of the notebooks on fire.
The storage closet's now on fire. The storage closet is now on fire.
Yeah.
Right, it's a legitimate problem
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
All
All right. I guess we run into the storeroom and scream, "There's a fire!" Sure.
No.
Oh.
We just we walk in there like we're leaving, and then
Orderly.
just peel
Where's
off
Azorius? Where's Azorius?
to
Okay.
operations.
I'll do the deception roll.
Yeah.
Okay, through the door to the shop floor, you glimpse this scene. There's a couple of Azorius law mages who are like firing like magic missile. They're shooting magic missile at the Marcus.
I beg your pardon. The Marcus.
The Rat
What you can
King?
only describe as the Marcus, which is an undulating school of Marci.
Are they all
Oh my
fat?
God.
Hundreds, thousands, perhaps. Every Marcus in this district seems to have been gathered by the sound, the promise of shiny objects into an undulating, tentacular beast.
Good job, Anna. You did a really good job.
I love Marcus so much.
Huh. This was more of a distraction than we thought.
As they're doing this, a technician trapped under a desk, screaming, is grabbed by one of the tentacles, vanishes, and then reappears just in his underpants. Now, missing a golden tooth.
Yeah. I make a deception roll.
All right.
I roll a 10. There's a fire in the supply closet.
That sounds bad.
I guess we should evacuate.
Our fire seems like a small problem now.
Maybe we'll take care of the rat problem.
Do we need to take care of the rat problem?
No, we got.
We should go. Let's plan B.
Let's just go to the control room.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
will be there.
Carry on. You're doing a great job.
Ah!
Glory to the Azorius.
All right.
Yeah, the battle scene below you continues to play out in heroic fashion as the few law mages protect the technicians against a Shoggoth made of small, pretty cute furry animals that you realize are all utterly identical to one another.
Go, Mark.
I don't think they heard a single thing we said.
Yeah.
The roll was very bad. I'm glad.
Yes, you can see above you the Marcus or the Kevin hive of Onihopters.
Yep.
And it is a tall cylindrical structure marked with tiny little sockets, about 8 per layer, and it seems to go up about 10 layers deep. And some of you may find yourself involuntarily scratching at things looking at this because it looks kind of gross.
Yeah.
Scratch
The
mine.
thing's full of holes.
Yeah, a thing full of holes with little black nose cones sticking out of them.
Oh, I'm thinking
like a
about that one
sunflower.
baseball
Oh.
game glitch.
I learned there's a phobia about that, and the word
Yeah,
is
which-
called
Tryptophan.
It's very close to that.
Yeah,
It's tryptophobia.
It's called
Tryptophobia.
trypophobia,
yeah.
Yeah.
the fear of irregular holes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's just. You know what? I didn't like it before, and now I hate it.
Yeah, and below, like the shot, this place seems actually quite nice. It's
Yes. Ah, my Kevins, behold.
Oh, it's
And
good working conditions.
Also, the sound in here is awful. It's all poured concrete with like concrete walls and gird. It looks kind of like Torchlight, actually. Same architect, maybe. And hanging below the Onihopter hive is a large circular room made out of metal, kind of like hanging on a scaffold.
Is that the control room?
Seems to be where the map indicated.
Okay, to the control room.
All right.
Let's free the Kevins once and for all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you clamber up the stairs to the control room, and the door is open. There's like a chair spinning. A kettle is coming to a boil. There are numerous Torchlight branded travel mugs and paper cups.
Wow.
No.
March turns off the kettle.
Marcus is sitting on one of there's a bank of control panels, nozzles and gears, and various other magical-looking devices, including 2 very large, kind of like reclining chairs that have, they look comfortable, but aerated in a way to prevent bed sores from forming.
Okay.
Is this like a Homer Simpson setup?
It's for the people who drive the Kevins.
It's the kind of chair you can sit in for 8 hours at a time, but no more.
Yeah, and there's a Marcus on one of the cabinets, like picking the crunch berries out of a muffin.
So the room is empty except for a Marcus or several Marci?
Give me a spot roll.
Ooh.
Or a perception roll.
Ooh, I got a natural 20 on that one.
20. Dirty 20.
8.
4. I'm like, Kevin's!
Marcus looks up.
Hey, Marcus.
There's another Marcus as well that pops up from behind one of the other consoles.
Hey, Marcus.
They all just meerkat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
These ones seem to have broken away from the Marcus. And among them emerges a person you don't recognize, wearing the short blue jacket with the winged teardrop insignia.
That was the Vidalkin?
No, this is just a human.
Oh.
And he levels an Azorius insignia at you and says, I don't think we need any janitorial services right now.
Oh, we were looking for the fire panel. There's a fire.
The fire alarm is also going off.
Yeah, I figured with the sprinklers, you are not allowed to be in here.
Well,
As you might be able to tell, we handle our own janitorial. It's quite all right.
I can see it's. I mean,
Immaculate.
You're doing a great job.
Honestly, it looks like you could use some janitorial services. But that's beside the point. We need to evacuate, and I'm going to try and do a deception thing here, and I'm going to make up some Azorius. According to Azorius code 701342, all personnel must evacuate in the case of a fire, and we're doing a final sweep as we're on the lowest floor, following procedure.
Can I assist?
Do you want me to make a roll first?
Yeah, go for a deception roll.
I roll an 8.
With your modifiers?
Yes.
Doesn't that regulation have to do with the thickness of muffin wrappers?
oh, is that why they have to be so?
I haven't.
I hate that one.
I may have been a little rusty in things. Yes, good on the muffin wrappers, but that doesn't make what I said wrong.
I appreciate your technical correctness.
Thank you. So we should be leaving now, right?
Yeah, okay, bye.
Does he just bolt?
We'll be right
No,
back.
that he does not bolt. Azorius law mages do not bolt.
Remember not to run in the case of an emergency. Exit in an orderly fashion. We'll be right behind you. We'll be making a final sweep to make sure everyone is safe.
Thank you, Janitron.
You're welcome, sir.
Great.
Do you have
Good
one of
job.
them fancy insignias?
Yes.
Ooh, interesting.
I can't believe that worked. All right.
We're all right. We're all fine here.
How are you?
I guess let's go in and smash this and take Kevin's back.
Okay, can we figure out if we can launch the Kevins?
Sure. I close the. We'll head back in. I'll close the door. Is there a way to lock the control room from the inside?
Yeah. Yes.
I do that.
You can secure it.
Okay. I put a chair in front of the door.
It's like one of those little hooks.
Yeah.
Very
It would be
regulated.
rude not to flip it up, so nobody does.
Does anybody understand any of this? Do I understand any of this? I have Arcana.
Does it at all look like the espresso machine at work?
No, it's nothing like that.
Dang.
But I do have Arcana, and if this is all magical, is there any way I could parse what I'm looking at?
Give me a roll.
Why am I so bad at this? 12? That's above average.
Yeah.
That's like a 60%. That's a C.
What this control center allows you to do is you got the impression that you would be able to manage several Kevins at once.
Yes.
What this control center would allow you to do, you think, is to control several times that many.
Ooh.
Several layers.
Okay. Is there a way to release the Kevins. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is there a way to give them a command of a place to go?
Ooh. Ooh.
Like just go here en masse.
Yes. I'll do that. Oh, that's
Because
such a good
I have
idea.
a great suggestion for
Where?
where they should fly to.
Where?
Our friendly neighborhood garbage disposal.
Wait, into the Leyland of the Void?
Yes, then they can't watch us with them, and you keep your favorite Kevin.
But that would kill the Kevins.
Then
You
they'd
keep
be
one-
exploring a brand new dimension.
I know for
And
a
you
fact
keep
that
one
they will die
back.
if they go into there.
All right, well.
But I will free many of the Kevins. Better destruction than a life of slavery.
Yeah, exactly. Live free or die hard, or in this case, die in a void.
Could we not send a fleet of them to the nearest Picayune? I feel like the Demir would want to know about these as well.
Yeah,
and they have a
suppose-
lot of power.
They're just going to
Supposedly
spy
we-
on us too.
Supposedly we gave one to the Demir, and I think it still ended up back here. If your like Kevin sense is any indication.
All right. Well, I will. Better not here. Maybe I'll just send them to the Torchlight, or to the area beneath it, rather than into the void itself. We can single. Oh. What was the janitor's name?
Daniel.
I'm gonna send them to Daniel's place.
Don't send them to Daniel. The Azorius will recover them if you send them somewhere. They have to go. You said there was an organized network of things watching us from the skies. That's not cool. How am I supposed to buy drugs if that happens? I'm
Fine.
18. That's my character mode. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm 17. That's totally fine.
It's highlighted.
Fine. But they'll pay. For every Kevin we send into the void, I'll make them pay.
Okay,
Maybe
sure.
not now, but later.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And like I said, you can keep one for yourself.
All right. I guess I put on the weird, like, Professor X head thing.
Yeah.
And sit down in the chair.
Cerebro?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, you do so.
Okay.
Your sensorium expands into these many cramped, like, Kevins can see better than you.
Yep.
They can hear more clearly than you. It's still kind of a cheap experience in many ways.
Sure.
And you experience the Kevin in its entirety.
We open our eyes.
There are 64 Kevins
We spread our
in
wings.
in what seems to be called a constellation.
Okay.
Oh, wow. You're leaving your creche?
I guess so. Have I achieved flight with all of them?
Yes. Here you realize this seems to be where you were being superseded from. You were only getting like the telemetry, basically, when you could connect with them before, because whatever this was controlling them.
Blocking me from getting into there.
But now there is nothing, and they take flight.
Okay. So I'm going to do a slight change of plans because I thought of something there. I'm going to send them out searching. If I see Dimitri on the sidewalk, like outside, like, let me in, Boros official business. Is Dimitri still out there?
You can,
We fan out enough to get good coverage.
yeah, you should give me a perception roll.
Do I roll 64 times?
No, but you take advantage on it.
Natural 20.
Hey.
Great.
It's overwhelming at first, seeing with this many eyes, seeing through the compound eye. And you can see everything, kind of. So yes, you can see Dimitri, you can see all the people in this district,
Okay.
basically. You can see the Azorius, or the Senate technicians and mages fighting valiantly against the Marcus. You can see people going about their business. You can see Dimitri and Leopold outside being like, do we call this in? Drinking their milkshakes. You can see the Selesnian street preachers, like, ringing their bells, basically, trying to
good,
get
them
people in
too.
for their free spa weekend.
All right. So I do, in no particular order, because my brain controls all these things at once. The Kevins fly by fast enough as the Selesnians are out there that it just throws slush all over them and just completely soaks them. God, they deserve that.
Spite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the Kevins flies over to the police who are there and it just like lays in front of them and tries to do something like, "What's that, Spot? There's an illegal operation happening in the other room. Wow." That alerts them. One will fly back to my apartment and 62 will fly spectacularly into the void.
Okay.
Do I see what they see as they fly into the void? Do I experience what it's like to dissolve into nothingness?
That'd be a terrible experience.
62 times?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, you do.
What's on the other side?
Connection loss.
The taste of metal. The sound of static. Deep cold. And an utter sense of unity, of terrible unity, as if being one with everything, but in the worst way possible.
Because half of it is garbage.
Huh. Huh.
Just wee.
I'll take off the headset, break the connection, be like, "It's done."
Okay.
I'm going to be really sad.
Great.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab a wrench and smash one of the consoles.
Yeah. Roll damage.
Yeah.
Only one.
All right, so while the three of them are running around with wrenches and just smashing everything, I'm just going to sit in the chair and be sad.
All right.
Okay.
On a 23, can I just really mess some stuff up?
Oh yeah.
It's like a windmill in there.
I got a
It's like-
12.
This still hits.
It's not moving.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
I'm mostly like trying to like break the panel open so Marcus can get inside of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you can totally do that.
Yeah.
The Markai, like their ears perk up as they notice something new inside one of the panels.
Are they a network of consciousness? It seems like they are.
Who can tell?
It's a natural mystery that scientists are working towards discovering.
Not that hard though, because you.
Yeah.
So do we sneak back out the way we came, or do we try and leave out the front door with the in our disguise?
Ideally, we sneak back out the way we came. Like, we don't need
Yeah.
anybody taking our picture and saying, you know, if we show up at the muster point and they're like, who are you,
Okay.
right? Like, we don't want to have that conversation.
You're not on our roll call sheet.
So we
Yeah,
smash the
they have a
control
rota.
room,
Yeah.
and then we sneak out, and I guess we leave our uniforms in the sewers, provided nothing stops us on our way?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Because the Boros guys at the door would recognize us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
And your friend.
Yeah. If she hasn't been eaten by a rat colony.
Only her clothes.
Only all precious metals stripped off.
All valuables. Yeah.
Yeah. And cottons.
Yeah, it's basically like probably not down to his underpants. That guy was probably like all the buttons and zippers are just gone, and then like just loose scraps of clothing fall to the ground.
Gross.
Okay, so you return to Torchlight.
Yeah.
I feel better.
Jitters!
Oh my God. I feel better. I feel, yeah, like a little bit of the vengeance that I have to inflict on everyone has been let go. And
Yeah.
I have to reflect on this experience of sending 62 little versions of myself into the abyss. I think that might change me, but I don't know how. I'll have to reflect on this.
I bet you'll make an amazing album out of it. It seems like it would be very inspirational.
I feel like I did the right thing today. Mass destruction.
Yeah, and you know what? At the end of the day, screw the Azorius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I'm covering up my ear tattoos. Yeah.
I guess I'll see you at work tomorrow.
If it's open.
We'll see.
There are many more Marcuses now than there were before.
Are there just Marcuses everywhere in the cafe?
They when you return to the cafe, there are many Markai there, and they meet in the center, many of them, forming like a big Marcus ball, and when they leave, there's a Kevin.
Oh.
And they scatter back into the shadows of the Ravnican Undercity. Thank you very much for joining us on Under Torchlight. I've been your faithful Cameron. This concludes our little 3-part mini adventure in Ravnica. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the future.
Mm-hmm.